Hello everyone, welcome to my video and this is Ming and welcome to my ninth video for my English broken English project. And this project is for myself to record my ordinary days and talk about my just daily lives and also some specific topics so that I can practice speaking English. So this is my ninth video, and I'd like to continue as far as I can. Yeah, so let's get it. So how was your day today? I hope today was a very pleasant day for you, and since it's almost spring, so the weather is getting better and better these days. Actually, here in Lincoln, it was too much windy outside, so it was it was literally hard to fight against the strong wind whenever I was walking in the sidewalk. But although there was very strong wind, I really liked the weather, the shining sunshine, and all the nice sunsets. I really enjoyed a lot. So for myself, it was uh, this weekend is the last day of my spring break. I'm so sad. I cannot believe that my spring break is already finished. I cannot believe it. I'm not ready yet to go back to my coursework and even those piles of deadlines of assignments. Oh, I cannot believe it. I don't want to go back. And actually, I'm not really prepared yet for those assignments. I already got so many emails that inform me that I have a bunch of assignments by the, the weekdays of the next week. So I was a bit gloomy to see those emails informing me that I have to do a lot of assignments again. Yeah, I cannot accept that. Actually, I think I already told this, but I had a lot of to-do list for my spring break, but I feel like I need some more relax and some um time off for my physical conditions and as well as mental conditions. So I just delayed. I didn't do anything really productive, but very simple assignments or very few tasks that I wanted to do. I did them, and rest of the time I really just take some rest. That's all I did for this whole week. So I some part I really regret and feel somehow guilty about that. But at the other part, I also feel like I needed some relaxation and let me calm down for at least 1 week during the whole semester so that I can restart with refreshed conditions and overall a better condition than before. But whenever you get some resting, whenever you are free from some stress and you got some time to relax, I don't know why, but I think those times makes me even a bit lazier and make me overthink about, yeah, with what I'm doing here. Why did I come here? And those kind of like not really productive questions come again and again and into myself, and I don't know why. So and those questions make me overthink about why did I choose to come to the master's degree and what was my first decision that I wanted to do this, or what was my final goal, or what are my ultimate goals after this kind of degrees. And those kind of like hard questions all come to my mind, and still I cannot really define the answers for them, but I don't know. I don't know really, literally, I really don't know about those answers, but whenever I have some time to think about those, like, a bit complex, complicated questions, then those questions, in turn makes me, overthink again and again for why am I here? Why did I choose to, study again after, a couple of years of my career, and those kind of things, uh, a bit makes me struggle again. So I feel like it's just time to get into the coursework again after this 1 week of break, and then just concentrate on the current things that are just in front of me, so that I don't overthink about the unclear future, then that I cannot really decide on anything. But rather than that, I just concentrate on the things that I have to do right now, and that I have to do, I have to learn, and I have to complete within 1 or 2 days, so that I just, accomplish like shorter term goals. And then whenever those short term goals, gather together, and then they will anyway lead me to a better me, or better future something. And then it will anyway, whenever I focusing on the current things, then if I do my best on my current tasks and current, agenda, then I believe that those things will lead me to a better possibility and better opportunities for me. So I just made up my mind to focus on now, rather than, um, feeling, miserable or feeling, regrettable for, the past, or feeling a bit nervous about the future that didn't come. So that was my thinking about my past 1 week, and I tried to, establish my mindset not to focus too much on the future concerns, and about the like very in-depth meaning for why am I living like this, or am I satisfied with my living here, or kind of like not really, very that much productive questions, but rather I just try to, complete things I need to do today and tomorrow, rather than like few months later or few years ago, few years later. I think that's how I should live, and that will support me live better now. So I try my best to, yeah, train myself, but it's really hard to, uh, set my mindset in that way. But still, I'm trying to do my best. Yeah, I feel like I'm repeating a lot of words again and again. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for short on my English, but I believe you will understand. Anyway, that was my current thinking about my, future concerns and my current concerns. And there was a very, pleasant news for my channel that I have a second subscriber. Yeah, thank you for subscribing me. And I am a bit wondering are you really enjoying my video? But still, I'm very appreciated for subscribing my channel, and maybe you can be a supporter to be with me for growing my English skills and also my um, going through all these passes with survival in the as a international student in the US. So anyway, thank you for that, and I hope you can also thrive in wherever you are and whatever you do. And I will be I wanna be I don't know who you are, but I wanna be a supporter for you too. Anyway, thank you for that. And I prepared today's agenda with my very much great companion, my ChatGPT, and actually this agenda was recommended from yesterday, I guess. And one of the agendas the ChatGPT suggested was the meaning of happiness. Uh, I chose this agenda because I feel like I don't know, but in these days I feel a bit less happier than the previous a few weeks ago, or when compared to the beginning of my coursework. So I try to find the meaning of happiness is a bit hard, right? But so there was a following up questions like, what makes me truly happy? And how can I bring more happiness into my life? Yeah, I think this question is very much steady questions among us because I feel like everyone wants to be happy, and whenever we set a goal for our like individual life, and then whenever we try to reach that goal, and then after we reach some amount of goals, then I feel like everyone can be happy, but at the same time they feel a bit like um futile. I don't know if it's the right word, but feel like they are empty and try to set the another goal to reach. And then whenever they set the another goal, then they try to set the another goal and another goal that come again and again. So I feel like it's such just ordinary characteristics for the human being to set up some possible goals that what they wanna reach for their happiness. But I feel like setting that kind of goal itself cannot be a real happiness, because as I said, whenever you set some kind of a goal for yourself or for your family or any kind of goals that you want to reach, then whenever you reach them, it the moment that you reach that kind of goal makes you feel like you fulfilled everything, and at that really short moment, I agree that you feel happiness and you feel like achievement and you feel like you are something, right? And I think I am also one of the person um who are really purpose driven and um purpose driven person. But whenever I reach out like some challenging goals and I finally reach out them, then I totally forget about how hard I challenge to myself, or I put my inputs to reach them, and I totally forget about those challenging processes and those all the endeavor that I had for that goal. But whether I just then focus on the next goal and try to challenge myself again and again to uh make a better like achievements. And yeah, I don't know. But I feel like I'm challenging myself too much, and I rather don't feel the satisfaction for myself whenever I'm reaching this kind of goals. So I can totally say that this kind of meaning of happiness doesn't really come from your personal goals or your career goals, but instead, I think happiness is just linked to the frequency of how you feel the happiness, how often you feel the happiness. So it doesn't really have to do with some goals or your ultimate and final um, purpose of your living, but instead, I think this happiness comes to you just very frequently and often, whenever, even though you are not recognizing that. So, for example, I really don't really recognize a lot, but whenever, but I certainly got to know that very common and just very natural things can be a very much happiness moment. For example, I'm a bit afraid that I cannot really explain well, but for example, like few weeks ago, as I think I explained okay, in previous videos, but I had my back sprained, so I couldn't really walk or sit down in a few minutes. It was just very painful to do that. So at the time, nothing was my wish in my wish list, and nothing I really couldn't expect or think about. But I only thought like there would be no happiness if my back is healthy again. So I only focus on my back to be recovered, and I thought like if my back is recovered again, then I wouldn't be happier ever. So that I felt like the like having a not sprained back is just ordinary, just like zero base to everyone. But it can be something someone's desire to get there, right? So after I got some recovery to my sprained back, then I feel like, oh yeah, yeah, I forgot that having this like healthy back without any sprain or any pain here is very much happy status. But I really didn't recognize that before I was under pain. So I feel like, wow, this is just amazing that having like healthy condition that I can move around and I can walk around without any pain. It's just very much desirable thing for someone. And I try to remember the moment that I got my back sprained and try to think uh things to my circumstances that I could move around and I can sit down here and then take my time for my assignments or my works. So I try to lower my criteria for happiness so that yeah, I think lowering my criteria for my happiness will make me more happier, much happier uh than the than yesterday. Yeah, I think the true happiness comes from just satisfying and trying to find the thankfulness that I for what I have already have or whatever I already uh was given. So yeah, I feel like that true happiness doesn't come from what I achieve or what I buy or what I own, but it's I think just happiness comes from what from myself, that whoever I am, but just satisfying and accepting whoever I am and who I am, just as I am, and just accepting and admitting that myself is just myself. You got me right. Sorry for my short of explanation, because but I believe you got my point. And yeah, how can the next question was that how can I bring more happiness into my life? Yeah, I think this also can be a bit hard for many people, because these days there are many people suffering from like depressions or gloominess, and it's a bit hard for many people, like including me myself. Yeah, it's hard to find some reasons why I have to keep surviving, or why I have to keep living even though I'm not achieving something, or I feel like I'm living a same day yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and feel like I cannot really find a real reason I have to live like this. But still, I believe that I every each one of us are just meaningful and just valuable for who we are. I think it's very common sense, but I feel like everyone just forgets about how precious they are, and how how they can be very precious and very different from the others, and they have their own like charming points, and their like adorable points, or like attractiveness for themselves. But I feel like everyone, including me, really doesn't really know about them. And I really wanted to remember and recognize myself also, that every everyone has their own story, and they live in their own circumstances and their own lifestyle. And even though they are not really popular, or they are not showing in their SNS, or their even though their ordinary like lives are too common or too ordinary to be recorded, like my video, or even though our lives are seem seem boring sometimes, or just repeating every day the same cycle, or feel like we are nothing, or we are just ordinary people, even though we don't have that much like subscribers, or we don't record our daily life as a like vlog, or any blogs bloggings. But still, I feel like it's very precious to live day by day, and I am really interested in their like daily lives. And I think it's very common lives are very precious, and those whoever say there are like I'm not on a average life, I'm under the average life of 20s or 30s or 40s, and I really hate this kind of average life that many people say about, because it's nothing there. I feel like there's not average life, or no standard for the average, because each life has their um own meaning, and their own perspectives, and their own worldviews, and they that has every meaningfulness inside in it. So even though they are not they don't feel like they are shining or really attractive from others' perspective. But I believe that their like, ordinary lives has their meaning, and I believe that they're striving or they're surviving for daily lives really deserve some um deserve their how can I say their yeah feel like they deserve very precious treat treat for ourselves. So I believe that like these ordinary thing lives are very much precious, and I hope that everyone doesn't really compare to other like influencers or other popular some people or anyone who look outstanding from others. But I believe everyone has their own precious moment and their own stories really uh, make others encouraged and motivated. And even though there you have a very repetitive lifestyle and those kind of like doesn't feel like you are doing well enough, but still you are alive, and that I think that's all of the meaning for your life because you are alive, and I think alive and keep living for your life itself is very much precious and very much meaningful for yourself and your friends and your families, everyone around you. So I believe that everyone can keep going on their own routines and their own ordinary and very special um, daily lives day by day. And I feel like it doesn't have to be underestimated, really. I believe like that. So I'm not sure whether I'm not sure whether you are watching this video by this moment, but I just wanted to share my little perspective on my daily lives. And I am one of the person who sometimes feel like I am nothing. I am, yeah, actually these things I'm talking about is just I wanted to talk to myself, and I also wanted to listen to myself about what I feel like and what I wanted to talk to myself. And I also wanted to encourage myself and you guys. And I just wanted to, yeah, encourage ourselves. This was all coming from today's topic, like meaning of happiness. But yeah, I feel like happiness is nothing that much like special things, but it comes from very ordinary and very common daily lives and coming from our just inner self that we accept that our ordinary lives deserves a very big applause for ourselves, and also very much deserve our encouragement. And yeah, just living a life, stay alive is, it's very hard for ourselves to get get going for what we do and how we have been lived so far. So I hope you guys keep uh keep living and keep living through our daily lives. And I hope I'm really everyone has a very their daily life keep alive. And um yeah, those kind just living a life and living your own way itself uh is just a very supportive for everyone around you. I think it's not really ordinary. It's very special to just living through your life. Living through my life is itself is very meaningful process and meaningful journey. And as told you, I think this journey itself is our destination. So I feel like rather than looking for the final destination or final goal of happiness, but rather we should just focusing on our daily journey, daily happiness, and the moment that happiness comes frequently. And I think that's all. Yeah. Just be kind to yourself, and feeling happiness for just minor things that might be overlooked from ourselves. It's just everything for our happiness. So yeah, I believe that happiness doesn't come from whatever we achieve or what we own or what we purchase, but comes from our kindness to ourselves, our acceptance for ourselves, and also others are everything for our happiness. So I believe you had a very kindfulness day for yourself, and also you have shared your kindness to others as well. I hope I can be that kind of person too. Okay, I think this was my just very brief sharing for today's agenda, and I hope you have a very cheerful and very ordinary but still very special day for yourself. And I hope you happier than yesterday. Okay, thank you for watching my video, and I hope we can meet again. Okay, thank you. Bye. Have a good one.